Library of the lovely suburb of Lakewood. His brother is pictured on page 357 of the book of lists number 2, and he hopes someday to know half as much trash as Rick Ridgway does. Since he's got your attention, he's also looking for a sexy companion to join him on a trip to New York in early June. Mr. Mark Goldstein. And finally, for Lemmings, the former Varsity Bowl champion, last year's Trivia Bowl Rookie of the Year, the man is a serious player and his team's resident LA law expert. He spent last year laundering money for Ollie North, running messages to Ivan Boski, acting as a spiritual advisor to Jim I Like 'Em Young and Tammy Pass the Perkins Baker. And will soon apply for the position as the U.S. Embassy Guard in Moscow. Please welcome one of the greatest players the CU Trivia Bowl has ever seen, Jack Mann. Okay, all right. And on this side, King's X, we'll switch the signs in a bit. King's X, first of all, someone who's taking time off this week from the Kenny Rankin Tour. He's also been a stunt double for Harry Reams, destined to join Bill Province and R.J. Tinknell in the Hospitality Room Hall of Fame, and Mr. Rich Berkery. Next, this gentleman's favorite quote is from Andy Schneidkraut. Trivia is the last refuge of the squandered intellect, and as his presence attests, he's been spending at an alarming rate. Mr. Mike Tormey. Next, someone who would like everyone to know that his 2 years in the Prayer Tower and a sizable contribution from a dog track owner in America, he's able once again to visit not only the Trivia Bowl, but his cousin Pedro, who resides in a jar here in the biology department, Dana Rodriguez. And finally, someone who would like to remind his teammates that they would be picking their toes in Poughkeepsie if he didn't pull out game number 1. He has a video tapeworm and a collection of Up With People halftime shows and Jerry Lewis telethons. And he would like to say, and I agree, Boulder audiences are the greatest audiences in the world. R.J. Tinknell. Five minutes, we'll have the finals of the Trivia Bowl.
Dave, can we get some water? There we go. No, yeah, the signs are on the wrong side. So the signs. I'm sorry, what? Oh, Rodriguez.
This is the wrong team.
One crack. Eden. Paradise. Partridge. I knew that. Mann. Goldstein. King's X, the last hurrah. Rodriguez. Tinknell.
Did you just throw up or what?
I'm not going to say.
Berkery. Tormey.
All right, these are 15-minute halves teams. We'll be starting in 1 minute.
15.
Ready? 7 CU Trivia Bowl. Teams, you're playing for a videotape bonus. Here's your audio toss-up. Listen and identify the singer from the late 70s with his only hit song.
Drifting on the sea of heartbreak, trying to get myself.
Lemmings, Mann.
Ian Gom.
That is right for 10 points. All right, Lemming, time goes out. Who says that the finals video doesn't have class? For 5 points apiece, identify these pianists, 40 for all 8. Timeout.
You'd say pianists, right?
Pianists.
How's that melody go again?
Let's go chime in and your answer.
Michel Legrand was the first. The second, I don't know, we'll guess Van Cliburn.
He was with Oscar Peterson there.
We're not sure whether number, let's see. Oh, no. 4 was Vladimir Horowitz.
All right.
5, George Shearing. 6, Vangelis.
That's right. The 5th was Billy Taylor.
7, I don't know who. Dave Brubeck.
Well, that was Claude Bowling. And the 3rd, incidentally, are you going to try in the 3rd?
Blueberry Deathbed.
No.
That was Paul Schaefer. And then finally,
Finally, Richard Milhouse Nixon.
that is right. You'll have 4 for 20 points. 20 points. Teams, you're playing now for a 30-point bonus, and here's your toss-up. All of you who followed UNLV's march to the Final Four may have noticed what ex-television comedian playing the saxophone section of the UNLV band.
Lemmings Goldstein.
J.J. Walker of Good Times.
Right, Jimmy Walker is right for 10 points. Here's your bonus. I'll give you a year, and for 10 points apiece, you tell me who hit the game-winning home run in that year's baseball all-star game. 1967.
Tony Perez.
1964.
Brooks Robinson.
No, that was Johnny Callison. And finally, 1941.
Mickey Owen.
No, it was Ted Williams, but you have one of those for 10 points. You're playing now, teams, for a visual bonus. Here's the toss-up. What famous female vocalist who never sang pop tunes and refused to appear in nightclubs sang the song Precious Lord at the funeral of